On or off the field, I work overtime. On the court or not, I take charge of mine. Beast mode when it's game time. Turn the bass up when they play mine. Sports base, and you know it's live. We on front.
Welcome to Sports Base Radio, your favorite source for sports and hip hop. I'm one of your hosts, Rain. You got Quan the Maven.
Oh yeah.
we got Tyson. Goodell.
We're
here, baby.
We all here, baby.
Take
All right.
over.
So with this segment right here, we're gonna get a little bit into details. Where of course we go on playoffs, we go on the draft picks that we just had. We kind of go touch bases on a little bit of everything. So we're gonna get it started. How do we want to do it, yo? We want to go with the mock, with the draft first.
Let's get to
What we thinking? What we thinking as far as that go?
I tell you what, man, the draft was last week, and it was a very interesting draft. You know, you had some winners, you had some losers. Me personally, you know, I feel like pretty much every team had a good draft.
I think so.
I
think every team had a
You think
every team
everybody,
everybody
everybody
draft?
protected their investments.
But so we're gonna get into this, but before we do, man, let's go. Let's go.
Oh, chill.
Let's do this, man.
You already know how we finna do,
go.
Good show, man.
bro.
Nigga have
All right, look.
Don't leave it hanging.
All right, look. So this is gonna be my general question for everybody. Like, who, in y'all personal opinion, do y'all think had the best draft picks?
Cowboys.
So you think the Cowboys? Had,
Cowboys. And I'm not
I
even
knew
being
you
a
was gonna say
homer.
it.
Cowboys.
all right,
And I'm gonna tell you why I say that.
chime in whenever.
Can I go?
You can go. You can go.
Take
You
us
can
all,
go.
baby.
Do I got the 8?
You got it.
You got it.
You got it.
Like I said, I think every team had a decent draft.
Okay.
But when I'm judging the draft as far as who had the best draft, it's easy to say a team like Cleveland had the best draft or a team like the Giants had the best draft.
Only because they got
because
the
you're
number
picking,
one pick.
You're picking at the top in every round. So it's kind of easy to say, okay, you picked Saquon, you picked Baker. I look at it from a standpoint is who was a good team able to build on top of that talent
Right.
with talent that they already have.
I would say the same thing.
And when I look at a team like the Cowboys was a stacked team last year that dwindled because they had unforeseen problems that they didn't see. For instance, they were so arrogant last year letting Ron Leary go, not thinking that was going to be a stalwart in their offensive line that they could afford to lose.
Right.
You know, he got $9 million from the Broncos, and we let him walk thinking we could just replace him with some guy named Jonathan Cooper.
Yeah,
You know, seriously, thinking that we could have a swing tackle, some dude named Chaz Green, knowing that a guy named Tyron Smith have chronic back issues. Well, we saw what happened in the Atlanta debacle.
Yeah.
We made Adrian Claiborne look like the second coming of Lawrence Claiborne. So I mean, what the Cowboys did, they replaced their problems with young draft picks. They let Anthony Hitchens go in the free agency. You know, he got $9 million from the Chiefs. So what do they do in the first round? They pick up the young athletic linebacker from Boise State, Leighton Van Ash.
Yeah.
And you know,
Zone coverage
yeah,
linebacker in the
they
draft.
talk a lot of trash about him, but this guy's best asset is coverage. Can you give me like 5 linebackers in the NFL that their strength is coverage?
I can give you one. That's where it stops.
Who?
Luke Kuechly.
Luke?
Yeah, Luke Kuechly.
Really, that's
where it
probably it.
stops.
I mean, one of the best linebackers in the game, Bobby Wagner, he's not a coverage guy. He rushes the passer, he blitzes, he comes up and stuffs the run. Okay, you go second round. We had problems on the offensive line. So then what do? You address your offensive line.
Right.
You meet it right at the meat of the core. You draft a guy, Connor Williams, in the second round,
I think he
who's
was
a left
starting
tackle
this
from Texas. Me too.
I think you're going to start this shit.
What do you do in the third round? You had a guy named Dez Bryant. He couldn't run routes no more. He couldn't. Well, he never could run routes.
He
He was
He was just
a physical.
Right. He
Like,
was a physical runner,
yeah.
and he, like if he touched
If
it,
it's a
damn near.
50-50 ball, he gonna go get
Yeah,
it.
he's
gonna
going
get
up
it every time.
Like,
But once you learn how to take that away, once you're not 21 no more and you're 29, right? And so now teams figure out how to defend you, and now you can't get open. That was a problem for us. Dak Prescott hikes the ball. He immediately looks for 88. 88 not wide open. 2 seconds gone.
But you could also chalk that to not having like enough receivers, I would say.
Okay.
Or whatever. I
Okay,
mean,
okay.
because like they knew that like
Right.
I'm gonna say a good 65% of the time it was going to
Yeah,
Dez.
it's going to
Or whatever.
Dez.
So they know to play his ass tight or have the safety looking at him like the whole game.
All right, we're in the third.
So-
All right,
Right. Go.
in the third round, we get a guy, Michael Gallup, who had a second round grade on him.
Yes.
So I feel like Dallas was a team that was destined or looked upon, as far as the outside world, as a Super Bowl contender. Everything that went wrong last year, they replaced it. Somebody else can have the floor.
Besides the fact that Zeke chose to take his time off on the
And he
second
still
half
had
of the
1,000
season.
yards.
That's true.
He missed 6
but
games.
it was dumb. Like I feel like it was dumb on his part or whatever because like he should have just took his 6-game suspension right at the beginning of the year when
We're trying to avoid
it don't like
Yeah, because that's what
I mean
he's
I know
trying to-
his lawyers
Right.
were trying to fight
He
it.
was playing
or whatever.
games.
That's
He was-
true.
every week he
But
was
if you're an
playing,
innocent
but
man, you ain't gonna just stand for anything.
Man,
You know,
shit.
but at the same
It just
time-
cost his team. Like if he would have put that same 1,000 yards at the end of the season rather than the beginning, then they probably would have went somewhere further.
I mean,
Whatever,
it makes
but-
sense for a guilty man.
It does.
You know what I mean? I'm just saying, like,
But
he
see, the
felt
thing
like
about
he
it
didn't do
was he still was tried as guilty.
Right.
So, like again, like hypothetically,
He did do a
hypothetically
lot of
speaking,
dumb shit, though.
right? Hypothetically speaking, if he would have put that 1,000 yards at the end of the season or whatever, I believe that they had a legitimate shot or at least going to the Super Bowl. At least.
You
or
didn't make the
whatever.
playoffs first, though.
Ah,
Yeah,
It was kind of tough. I mean, it was. I mean, we were 9-7.
It
It
was.
bad.
It was. But
It was kind of tough. I mean, Cowboys had like a bunch of games that we damn near should have won.
that we muffed.
Yeah,
The
that we
Seattle
lost.
game.
Seattle to the Rams. I mean,
Yeah, we muffed.
we got some games that we should,
So who was the draft winner or loser to you?
lose.
Well, winner.
Cowboys. You already know what I'm.
come on,
So
bro.
who's a loser?
Okay, y'all
Somebody
talk
give
about
me
that
a somebody give me a loser.
I was
Because
gonna
we
give
gonna
you a
say this.
winner.
All right, well, give
You
me
know
a
we
winner
was-
if
you
you
know
if
we
you
was- I'm gonna
okay.
give you a winner.
Give me a winner.
Pittsburgh
I'm
was a
saying-
winner. Pittsburgh was a winner.
Yeah, but they could have got
Pittsburgh
they
did
could have
good.
got
They did
Evans
real
in like
good,
the
yeah.
second or third round. So that's my opinion.
Yeah.
I'm a Virginia Tech fan. But,
Yeah.
I'm gonna say the Denver Broncos. They just
Lose.
put Bradley Chubb opposite of
Von
Von
Miller.
That's
Yeah.
a good one.
Yeah.
That's
You
kind
think them dogs ain't gonna pin their
Yeah,
ears
yeah,
back?
yeah.
Yeah. Now I got a question for you. I got a question for you.
All right.
NC State had 4 guys get drafted.
Right.
Yeah.
Like,
They had 4 linemen.
like when they had Sean Merriman.
Right,
come out.
right,
Yeah.
right. So I'm echoing your sentiment. Is Bradley Chubb a product of what was around him, or do you feel like he will be great?
I feel like he would be great because
Okay.
Especially
I seen him last year. You know what I'm saying? You know, I'm a diehard college football fan. I seen him last year, and at the beginning of the season, I called my man Quan the Maven. I'm like, yo, bro, if the Cowboys could get this dude Bradley Chubb, and from that day, he started to rise. I'm like, damn, he gonna be a top 5 pick.
Right.
Yeah, you-
I
I remember you
remember.
telling
me
I
about
said
him
that.
last
I
year.
remember.
I said that, didn't
I remember.
it came true. He was,
This was last year before he was on the
Yeah.
radar as far as that
Yeah.
type of pick.
yeah. So just off that, then they got the running back out of Oregon. They got a
Cortland
nice
Sutton.
Yeah, Cortland Sutton. Hey, they got some more protection along the offensive line.
Think
Hey,
Case
they do
Keenum
that.
can repeat that same success?
Hell yeah.
They're gonna,
That
they're
might
gonna,
be
they're
for
gonna
some reason. I think
first of
he-
all, they're gonna have to
I think he'll win it.
establish the run game first. Don't solely
Yeah.
depend on his
Yeah,
arm.
you gotta have a
You
run
know what I'm
game.
saying? Get that run game off the ground. That defense coming. That defense is coming. It's gonna be hands down probably top 3 defense in the NFL.
True.
I
So
don't know about top 3.
Who would you put first
Yeah,
and second?
yeah.
Because I mean, come on, bro.
Put the Eagles, the Rams, the Vikings.
Okay.
Okay, yeah.
Eagles, Rams,
I can go with that.
Vikings.
Never
Okay.
mind. Never mind. I can go with
Them
that.
got a good defense.
I think
They
they're
lost
gonna
them
come
keys.
back.
I think-
They go.
but shit,
Oh,
how
no,
how
the
good do
secondary
your
we
corners
talking
gotta be when you got 2 bookings?
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
You
You're
got
right.
2 bookings.
You're right.
How
That
good do
is
your
true.
corners have to be?
Second and long, third
But
and
you
long.
look at the
they coming.
Rams, though.
They coming.
Yeah, the
You got
Rams.
Sue and Donald
Rams.
and them
Oh,
two
yeah.
corners.
I ain't
Ah,
debating
yeah,
that.
defense.
I ain't
You ain't
debating the
debating
Rams.
that.
I ain't debating the
But
Rams.
the
You know what I'm
Vikings.
saying?
But you sleeping on Seattle.
Yeah,
and
secondary.
right?
I mean,
And
wait.
blame-
The Vikings have always like niggas cannot sleep on the
Yeah,
Vikings.
good
Like
defense.
their Vikings, their defense has always been.
They done got another
People
corner.
eaters.
You can't sleep on that. You
Hey,
can't sleep
look,
on that.
People
They had a
eaters.
good
I
defense.
like what I see in Minnesota.
Laugh,
You know what
y'all.
I think their best attribute is
What's that?
on defense? The fucking linebackers.
Who?
Man.
They got like
linebackers,
five
Good
on the Vikings,
linebackers,
like,
man.
Oh, yeah.
their linebackers, man, control a lot
Oh, yeah.
of shit.
Oh, yeah.
You feel me?
Eric Kendrick just got his money?
Yeah, then on the they just drafted another receiver. I mean, corner to go with Trey Waynes.
Oh, yeah, that boy from UCF.
Yeah.
UCC,
Hughes. Mike
Yeah.
Hughes. So,
Mike Hughes.
They said he would have been a top 10, like he'd
easy.
have been like the top
He
corner.
got hurt or something?
Nah, he had some off the field issues. You know how them bad.
That's all.
man. So who's your winner? Who's your winner?
He kind of stole mine.
Denver?
Because the Redskins,
Denver?
like, yeah, because the team that I was focusing
I ain't
on,
think about
as Redskins, I give our grade a C. But Denver, they did exactly what Dallas did, but I think they did it better by filling up the holes that they needed more. Your holes were there, but not really a necessity.
Right.
Not really. You guys were more hurt from injuries. That was y'all's biggest problem.
Right.
Injuries and off the field issues
Yeah.
and attitudes on the team. Like, y'all got rid of that with Des Bryant.
He can't even get a job.
Yeah, Desi got a job. What
He
you
can
got?
come to Detroit. He
Almost
can come
3
to
weeks.
Detroit.
He
Look,
will.
we'll take him.
He's either
You
going
can
to
take
Detroit or
him.
the Saints.
You
You
can
You
can
can
All
take
the
him
Lakers
because
Green Bay
if-
want him too.
if Dan Snyder is
Green
dumb
Bay,
enough
yeah.
to get
Green
him,
Bay.
I might switch.
Hey, my
If
team
Dan
been dumb to
Snyder's
do a
dumb
lot of
enough
things.
to get Des Bryant.
Detroit can use
Yeah.
him.
Who's your winner? Who's your winner?
I'm going Detroit, man.
Detroit.
You know what I'm saying?
Oh, Detroit.
Because I feel like the way that we drafted or whatever, like you said, we filled voids that we had. We got LeGarrette Blount or whatever, and then we drafted a running back to go with him, or whatever.
Yeah.
We took Eric Ebron. We tossed his ass to the side. We got Luke Wilson. He's more of a garden tight end, or whatever, but he can catch, or whatever. And
You
then
stretch it down.
yeah.
fast
And
tight
we
end.
beefed up our line, but we still drafted linemen or whatever. We got the center in the first round or whatever. I mean, and then we got another running back
Right.
or whatever. And if I'm not mistaken, a wide receiver.
Y'all got one of the best quarterbacks in the league. That's what I like.
To
y'all.
go with
I love
our good
Stafford.
quarterback
He's got
or
the
whatever.
beat.
So and then we drafted a corner too.
I love this shit.
So, like with that being said, I mean I feel like we went 9-7 with the Cowboys, with the Ravens, with all
One
of
game
them
away from making
or
the
whatever.
playoffs.
So yeah, we are. Yeah.
To the
Nah,
six,
no, I'm
I
gonna
was
tell you.
praying on y'all downfall from like
Yeah, I was
week
hoping
12.
y'all
I'm gonna tell you.
Right.
Yeah, we won't win all them Jones though.
Us and the Ravens got knocked off by the same damn team that didn't have a damn thing to lose. The damn Bengals.
Right.
Whatever.
They whack.
They whack as a
They
bitch,
whack
but then
as
like
hell.
once it
They
came
always
like
try to
almost
win.
half of the playoffs, that's
They
when
ain't gonna make it
that's when they
down.
want to
That's
start
how
gunning
they
niggas
always
down.
been, though. That's how
Like,
they've
and it
always
was
been.
crazy. Like my brother, you know, 80 and my homeboy Kirk or whatever. Like all they Raven fans, die hard.
Right.
We was watching the game. They're right down here. Boy was like, nah, man, hey, look, we got this game. I was like, yo, do not sleep on the red rifle because he's going to gun your ass down. Nah, man, we got this shit. Fuck that. What the fuck happened?
Knocked
The
them
same
off.
thing that happened to us, and they knocked us out the playoffs, happened to the Ravens. Whatever. So with that being said, we drafted according to what we needed also.
Right.
Like, we did the exact same thing. And plus with Matt Patricia, the defensive coach for New England, well, former.
What do you think
He's
about
now-
him? What do you think about him? You think he's just a stalwart in
No.
Belichick? You think he's gonna be a good coach?
I think he is. And the reason why is because like we've always been an offensive team. We was never really a defensive team. So with a defensive head coach, a defensive coach as our head coach, I think it's gonna make us better because our offense never was a slouch. It was just our defense.
Right.
But I mean, with that being said, we about to take a time out. We about to go to commercial real quick or whatever. We're gonna wrap it up. We're coming back with another segment, man. Sports Based Radio, man. Your favorite source.
Y'all shit sports
You
based.
already know. You
Oh,
already know.
man, sports
already
based,
know what
man.
On the off the field, I work overtime. On the quarter night, I take charge of mine. Beast mode when it's game time. Turn the bass up when they play mine. Sports base, and you know it's live. We on.